You're in Australia, you've got your visa, you've got your backpack, and right now, you are furious at your boss. And stay watching for the meaning of today's Aussie slang word, sickie, later in the video. Maybe they rostered you off without warning. Maybe they paid you late. Maybe the job is just soul-crushing and you've had enough. And somewhere in that rage, you said the two words that could unravel your entire trip. I quit. And just like that, no job, no income, the clock starts ticking. I get it. I have been there. I've seen it happen to travelers from every corner of the world, smart, capable, adventurous people, who made one hot-headed decision and spent the next 3 months fighting to get back to zero. This video is going to save you from that. Stick with me for the next 10 minutes. Let's talk cold hard numbers. Because your feelings about your boss won't pay your hostel bed. In 2026, the average weekly survival cost for a backpacker in a major Australian city is brutal. A hostel bed alone costs $210 to $385 per week. Add food at $100 to $150, transport at $30 to $60, and a SIM card, and you're looking at $350 to $615 per week just to exist. That's not traveling, that's not adventures, that's just keeping a roof over your head. Here's the part that really stings. The average time between quitting a job and starting a new one, in backpacker-friendly industries, is 7 to 21 days. That's if you're applying every single day. When we managed and stayed in hostels in Australia, we saw people that gave up their job before they found another one. They would then have to eat food from the free section in the hostel kitchen. They would even annoy their friends and borrow money. Don't be one of these people. Don't quit your job before you have found another job. If you quit today with $800 in your account, you could be completely broke before your next paycheck arrives. You borrow from a friend. You put hostel nights on a credit card. You skip meals, and suddenly the trip you saved years for feels like a nightmare. Stay with me, because in the next 2 minutes I'm going to show you the exact strategy to never be in this position again. It's called the bridge strategy. And it changes everything. Here's the golden rule of the Australian backpacker hustle. Tattoo this on your brain. You do not leave a job until you have signed confirmation of the next one. Not a verbal promise, a confirmed start date. Step 1. Start hunting while you're still employed. The moment you decide the current job isn't working, you keep showing up and keep collecting that paycheck. Every spare moment, you are applying for the next thing. Use seek.com.au for hospitality, retail, and admin work. Use harvesttrail.governor.au, the official government platform for regional and farm jobs. Check the backpacker job board and your hostel's physical notice board, still one of the fastest ways to land regional work in 2026. Step 2. Line up interviews on your days off. Don't take sick days to job hunt. Keep your current employer happy enough to get a decent reference, because Australian farm operators and hospitality managers talk to each other more than you think. Step 3. Negotiate your start date. When you get that offer, lock in a start date that gives you time to properly finish up. Only then hand in your notice. Professionally, cleanly. Hey, if you're watching this because you're already in the spiral, drop a comment below right now. Say broke in Australia and I will personally reply with a fast-track job hunting plan for your situation and your location. I read every single comment. Let's get you back on track. Here's something most backpackers don't know. Under the Fair Work Act 2009, casual employees have the right to be paid for all hours worked at minimum $24.10 per hour as of July 2025. You're also entitled to a 25% casual loading on top of that base rate. If your workplace is underpaying you, rostering you off in retaliation, or creating an unsafe environment, that is different from simply not liking the job. That's potentially a Fair Work complaint. You can lodge one at fairwork.governor.au. They have a dedicated section for visa holders. The point is this: if it's genuinely toxic and illegal, there are tools to protect yourself. You don't have to quit in the dark. You can protect yourself and transition properly at the same time. Now let's talk about something nobody in the backpacker space discusses honestly: the social pressure inside hostels that makes the money spiral worse. When you're broke and surrounded by people who are spending, the psychological pressure is immense. Don't skip this part. Your French friend just got back from the Whitsundays. Your Korean roommate is heading to a wine tour tomorrow. Everyone's talking about their next adventure, and you're trying to figure out if you can afford pasta tonight. This is when backpackers make their second big mistake. They spend money they don't have just to keep up socially. They put it on a card. They borrow from friends. They tell themselves they'll pay it back when the next job comes. Here's how you protect yourself socially and financially at the same time. Be honest with your hostel crew, briefly. Just say you're job hunting right now and on a tight budget this week. Real travel friends respect that. Leverage the hostel kitchen like a pro. Organize a group dinner, contribute $5 of ingredients, and eat well. Some of the best job leads in Australia come through hostel kitchens. Someone knows someone at a winery, a farm, a resort. Talk to your hostel manager. They've seen hundreds of backpackers come through and often know local employers directly. Stay in dorms, not private rooms, until you're financially stable. A dorm bed keeps you in the social loop and costs half the price. If you comment in the next 24 hours with your current Australian state and the type of work you're looking for, farm, hospitality, construction, whatever, I will give you a priority reply with specific platforms and strategies for your situation. This is free. This is real. Let's do it. Now let me show you what this looks like when you do it right. You're working a hospitality job in Brisbane, long hours, tough management, you're done with it. But instead of quitting on a Tuesday when you're emotional, here's what the smart backpacker does. Week 1, you decide internally this isn't working. You update your Seek profile and message 3 regional farm operators via Harvest Trail. You keep showing up and collecting your paycheck. Week 2, you get 2 responses, schedule interviews on your day off, and don't slack at work. Week 3, you get an offer from a farm in Queensland at $26 an hour with accommodation included. You accept, give 7 days notice, and leave professionally. Week 4, you start the new job with $1,200 in your account. You're not broke, you're not stressed, and you just secured your second regional work period, which is critical if you're going for a second or third year visa extension. Here's the new standard for working holiday travelers in 2026. Never let your account drop below $1,500 Australian dollars. That's your floor. That's your 3-week survival buffer. Protect it like it's sacred. What if you've already quit and the damage is done? Here's your 48-hour action plan. Day 1 morning, register on Seek, Harvest Trail, and Gumtree Jobs, and apply for a minimum of 10 positions before midday. Day 1 afternoon, walk into every hostel within 2 kilometers and ask the front desk if they know of any immediate local work. Day 2, follow up every application with a phone call. Australians hire fast when they hear a voice. If you need emergency cash right now, look at Airtasker, moving help, garden work, furniture assembly. It's not glamorous. It keeps you alive while you wait for the right job to come through. Look, I started this channel because I wanted to give backpackers the real information. Not the glossy highlight reel. The actual truth about how to make your Australian adventure work. The people who thrive here are not the people who never have a bad day at work. It's the people who have a bad day and make a smart decision anyway. That's the difference. Don't quit your job, hunt your next one first. Bridge the gap, protect your floor, and keep the adventure alive. If this video helped you, share it with someone in your travel crew who needs to hear it. Subscribe to Backpack Australia for new videos every week. Drop a comment right now. Where in Australia are you, and what's your current situation? I will see you in the next one. Stay smart, stay hustle. Backpack Australia, let's go. And here is today's slang word. It is sickie. It means taking a day off work for illness, or pretending to be ill, as in, chucking a sickie. Are you thinking of chucking a sickie today? Do you want work or Aussie backpacking information? We are connected with 4,000 plus employers right now. Sign up for our exclusive newsletter. Link in the description. Every backpacker has a story. Go out and write yours. See you in the next video.